What's up, fam? It's Jee-Man.
It's your boy Noah, and welcome to Superhero Brothers. What is up, everybody? Today's a very special episode, depending on the time you're listening to this. This is the Valentine's Day episode, and today we're going to be going over our Super Baes. This man was talking about Super Boos. I was like, yo, this is not Dragon Ball Z, it's Super Baes.
Bro, people call the shows their boo.
Regardless, we're going to be going over our top 3 Valentine Super Baes. And this is across the universe. This could be like movies, TV shows, video games, characters, whatever we want to say. We're going to basically, I want you to give me your top 3. That's what we're going to do, our top 3. So what would be your top 3 Super Baes?
All right, top 3. So first and foremost, I'm going Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot.
Is it Gadot or Gadot?
It's probably Gadot, but I like saying Gadot.
I think it might be Gadot, but I call it Gadot.
But yeah, Wonder Woman's just awesome. Amazon, just yeah, I don't know. She's just like everything. She ticks all the boxes, and she's royalty. So like that's just like an extra plus. Going into my second one actually would be Vixens. For those of you, she's appeared somewhat in the Arrow series and like Legends of Tomorrow. For those of you who watch the CW shows, but I would totally. I'm like, she's hot, dude. I'm like, dang, she is hot.
What are you gonna do?
She's gonna be my Valentine. That's what I'm gonna do. Take her to a nice dinner. Then last but not least, Black Canary. I mean, they all are
you
super great
with
fighters.
All DC?
Yeah.
Hey, man. You need to get off that DC juice, bro. Continue. Go ahead,
There's
man.
no juice.
I just noticed that you just mentioned all DC characters, man.
That's not bad.
Yo, continue. We'll get to that in a
your
second.
Crush is my Marvel crush is yours, so why not? I'm not gonna waste time on that one. But yeah, so Black Canary, cause she's got a little bit of edge to her. I don't know why, but I think riding a motorcycle like gives you some edge. She can fight. She was taught by one of the characters I first liked in DC as well, Green Arrow, and so yeah, I think she's awesome, and she's got a great character arc, and her powers are cool.
Dope. Okay. So for me, I'm gonna start for third place and work it up to number 1. All right. So for the third place, I would have to say it's Felicia Hardy from the Spider-Man universe. And
Third?
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, Felicia Hardy, dude. No, so again, this is like Felicia Hardy, Black Cat Felicia Hardy from like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You only have her at 3.
Yeah, but she's a 3. Yeah, she's a 3. You gotta let me finish.
All right.
So she would be level 3, I think, because of the fact that, she's cool, and in that video game, she seemed really like, I was like, yo, she's kind of cool. Like, it was pretty, I was like, every scene, I was like, yo, I want to be in a scene with her. Like, with Spider-Man, I was like, yo, when are we going to see Felicia Hardy's character? Yo, like, where's she at? Where's Black Cat? Right? So she would be third. My number 2, and I think a lot of y'all could agree with me on this one, but Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson from the Avengers. I think that's on a lot of people's list.
Yeah. It's definitely 1 or 2 on a lot of people's list. So I could definitely see that.
Yeah, like she could fight. She got red hair.
What? She got red hair. All you redheads.
But anyway, yeah, she's pretty cool. So she's like, she could speak different languages. She's a spy. Like only thing is though, you just don't want to like get on her bad side, because I feel like if you like cheat on her like this, you gone, bro. Like your toes are finished. You gonna chop them off and you'll sleep, bro. But I think that's second, and then number 1, Gamora, bro. Zoe Saldana, bro. Zoe Saldana has been my like actress crush for like ever. I don't care how old she gets. That's still like my actress crush.
Her
so
and Megan Good.
I see. I just we're gotta stick in the Marvel. Megan Good anymore. I can't. Like I said, Zoe Saldana though.
Yeah, no.
Gamora. She's the only woman that can make green look good. The only woman that can make green look good.
Dang, that's high praise. Yeah, I mean, well, that's like the second alien she's played too, and that's crazy.
When she played another alien.
Well, in a non Marvel and Avatar.
Oh,
Yeah,
yo, right? See, and even then, I was still attracted to it.
Bro,
She was a big blue creature.
But yeah, she was my Marvel crush, so I didn't want to take your.
Wait, I thought your Marvel crush was Black Widow. It was Gamora.
Yeah, no.
Oh snap! Yeah, I mean, yeah, yo. See, then we have a mutual. See, that's why we're brothers. We got the connection, right? Connection. But so those are our Valentines. I wonder who are your like Super Bae. Like, who are your Super Baes in the Marvel DC universe? It could be across anything. Let us know in the comments if you're watching the YouTube channel. Let us know in the comments below who your top 3 Valentine Super Baes would be. Something we also want to go over in this podcast episode today is the Shazam movie. I wanted to kind of get our thoughts on, like, what do we think, right? That movie comes out. When does that movie come out? When does that movie come out?
I want to say like April-ish.
Let me take a look. I got my iPad out. Let me take a look. It looks like it comes out. Google is just slow, man. What's going on? April 5th. You're right. April 5th. A month before my birthday. April 5th. Okay. That's interesting. So, what are your thoughts, man? I know it's funny as we just watched like the trailer before her just to kind of like get freshened up on the latest, but what are your thoughts on how Shazam's going to be?
I mean, I think it's the DC's version of trying to kind of do Spider-Man. He's kind of there.
I thought Flash would be like that.
I always thought so originally, but like the way Ezra Miller is, he's not really as much of a Spider-Man. Like he's like, this guy's still a teenager. He like enjoys almost being a superhero based off the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a great job in casting Billy Batson and his family, and like there's definitely going to be some good comedic elements. I think the villain is bad.
Yeah, wait, hold up. Wasn't The Rock supposed to be the villain? Wasn't he supposed to be playing Black Adam?
So he is still playing Black Adam supposedly, but they weren't going to make that for the first movie. I think they were going to have him like fight Superman and then like introduce Shazam to that. So they had like this whole shebang.
So is he going to be doing?
He's still going to be Black Adam. I just don't know
like where he's going to fit in the universe. In he might be a plug. Maybe at the end of the movie
probably a plug, because I mean, which I will say doesn't really make too much sense because Shazam's main enemy got his powers from finding Black Adam. So.
That's interesting. Yeah, see, for me, I think it's going to be good. The only problem I guess to your point that if it's supposed to be comedic, it's supposed to be comedic, but I just don't like forced comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like comedy that's original, and feel like Marvel has a very good taste of making things funny and then serious at the same time. Like, I'll always remember Avengers was like 2, and like the Hulk took like Thor or whoever it was. What do you?
Bro, he took Loki. You need to really watch
Loki, and he just started going like back and forth.
Avengers.
And like I was like, yo, like that was actually funny, but it didn't seem forced. And I feel like this one is forced. And like, shout out to Zach Levi. I actually watched Zach Levi back in what was it? The show Chuck, dude. That's what I was like, yo, that's the guy from Chuck, and that's where I knew him from. And he actually did a really good job. But to play as Shazam. And to see him continuing on in the universe as Shazam, I don't know. I feel like they might do some recasting on that in the future. I don't know.
I mean, I hope not, to be honest. I feel like they were already having.
Dude, DC has literally. There's been like 5 Batmans.
Like, bro, it's so sad.
Like, it's so bad.
But no, I mean, I think I don't know if he just matches the superhero archetype well. Like, even in the trailer, he's like walking like goofily as like he was supposed to be.
Yeah,
like,
dude, when they did the walk, when he was like Shazam, and he started walking, and then I saw him, I was like, "Yo, this looks." Yeah, it looks like I was like a random dude on the street was like walking, and he had got something stuck up his butt or something. I was like, "What is he doing?"
Yeah, and like the kind of the intro of how like Shazam was becoming Shazam was pretty dark. I mean, like there was.
Oh, dude, yo, don't get me started, bro. All right, hey, if any of y'all like. If y'all caught this, go ahead and watch the trailer again. And you think about how when it was right before Billy got his powers, right? And it was because these bullies were beating up his foster brother. Homie was crippled. Who beats up crippled people?
I don't know.
Who beats up
really
crippled
don't.
people? I didn't notice it the first time, but then I watched it again. I was like, wait a second. These are bullies that you think your foster family's gonna help you. I'm like, dude's crippled. Why are you gonna beat him up? Like I know DC is dark, but how dark you gonna get?
Bro, they're trying to like teeter that line. It's a little weird. And like the wizard looks more like a black Gandalf than like a, I don't know, like a omnious, like, ooh, this is kind of cool character. It's like you ripped off Lord of the Rings and just like put another dude in there.
Yeah. No, I definitely. Yeah, it's. I don't know, and maybe because I'm biased. I feel like I'm biased. I feel like the last 2 episodes I've been very biased, but it's just because I've been so disappointed in like what they've been doing on the DC side. Like now, again, I love the Supermans. To be honest, I really do. Except, like I said, the Batman versus Superman. I liked the movie. Wasn't a big fan of that one part, but like, I just feel like they just did it wrong, and they have to do a lot to come back. Like they have a lot of building back up to do. But it's going to be interesting to see, talking about like people who fit superheroes. I'm interested to see like 3 or 4 years from now who plays who, right? Like Hugh Jackman, dude crush, right? Like that dude, nobody can play Wolverine.
What do you mean? They're already in the midst of recasting.
But that's what I'm saying. They can't. I don't care whoever they get. If it's not Hugh Jackman, it's not him, dude. It's just not him. Like, so I wonder, like, we all, like, the people who have grown up watching these, like, live action superhero movies, it's like, can we even accept a new actor or actress playing these superheroes? I mean, like, will that throw off people's opinions?
I mean, I think Hugh Jackman's an exception just because he's played it so long. But you look at the Spider-Mans, three reboots we have with Batman. Even now, we're having reboots, which that kind of gets me into like
dude, Christian Bale though. Like people know Christian Bale as Batman. That's why when people put Ben Affleck. So it's a good example. Ben Affleck is the same thing with Zach Levi. It's like I'm not saying they're not a good actor. It's just you just don't fit in a superhero movie.
He was good. And Batman vs. Superman, I liked him. Justice League, I thought he was lame. I thought his part was written really lame because Batman's not like a team. We need you.
You thought Ben Affleck was a good Batman? Hey, bro, we just ended this episode right now.
He was a good dark Batman.
All right, right.
If you watch, like, there's a cartoon, The Dark Knight, where it puts Batman in kind of like an older, where he actually literally fights Superman to, like, the death, his fake death, because he fakes his death. And but he definitely resembles that kind of like super dark, I hate the world type of Batman in that arc. But kind of going in who we think are going to recast, there's been millions and millions of possibilities, but I think it honestly comes down to 4 people. And with that, I want to say that it's either going to be Armie Hammer, John Hamm, Ben Barnes.
Who are you talking about?
Or Oscar Isaac, the recast for Batman.
So he's going to be John Hamm. Who else?
John Hamm, Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer.
He played in the Lone Ranger.
I don't know if I don't think I know who that is.
You might not have seen his movies, but
okay.
He's like the prototypical build, 6'4", straight jawline, blah blah blah. But I feel like if they're going for a younger Batman, like that's kind of their.
I feel like John Hamm should play more of a Superman, like an older Superman.
I mean, but he honestly, like, if you played the Batman Arkham games, like Batman looks like John Hamm, like, and even his sound is.
But he's similar. Older though. See, and that's the issue too. When you get these superheroes, they have an age limit, and these movies be going on for a couple years.
Yeah, that's very true. So, actually, going with that, there's a surprise casting. Now, granted, he would need a major acting improvement, but Scott Adkins, he's an avid martial artist. He could really, they're going younger. He's still young enough to look like a younger version of Ben Affleck. And he has plenty of action movie experience. He was
I have no clue who this guy is.
He played an Undisputed. He's a big martial artist. He's in a lot of movies with basically, if you look up any martial arts film, he's like the cool, suave white guy. But I mean, his acting is very B-rated. Like,
okay. I'm still waiting for us to be drafted, bro. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to, get us in there. Be like, we could. I don't even care if we like evil twins or something like that. And we get beat up. I say this all the time. I don't care if I have to be the superhero that gets his tail beat, bro. Beat me up. I don't care. Just the fact that I could do one superpower thing, that'd be dope. Like just to like launch something from my hand and be like, oh, and the guy dodges it and he like blows my head off. Like,
Bro, I hope you want to be a better hero than that. It's not a hero. That's like a scrub. Nah.
It would just be cool to get casted to do something like that.
Nah, I totally feel you. So DC, if you're listening, you need a Green Lantern. Your boy's right here.
Yo, you can play a good Green Lantern, bro. You can play a good Green Lantern. I can see that.
That or just give me a villain. Like, I would love to be a villain. I don't know why, but like, I love villains. I think their arcs are cool.
I should be worried about you.
Weapons.
Why do you want to be a villain, bro?
Their weapons are cool. Their stories are cool.
That is true. That's like another episode for another day. But we need to go in how like, why are all these villains like superpower like fiends, bro? Like if you think about it in real life, there's no way that a hero should win ever against them. Like for example, Thanos. Thanos should never be beat. Like we already know in the fourth Avengers, something's gonna happen where he has to end up being beat or something. But at the end of this man snapped and everybody disappeared, bro. And you tell me someone gonna beat him? No one's gonna beat him, bro.
He'll just re-snap again.
All right. So it's gonna be interesting, but